was Vijayant's room. It has now been modified slightly, but in old times, basically it was the same. His bed was here, his study table was here. This is a military man's chart. You can see in him, you can just see everything, including Osama bin Laden, is in the paper's eye. It has been designed for this particular occasion, 20th year of Vijay Diwas. So you can see here Captain Vijayant Thapar and his company commander, Major Acharya. And then each page has got all sets of heroes, all battles that have been fought. His first love was to join the Air Force, but somehow it didn't materialize and he came into the army.
There was no question of motivating him or telling him that you have to join the army. It was natural. It was natural because he was the fourth generation in the army.
From the day of his birth, he was surrounded by soldiers, he was surrounded by tanks, guns, rifles, artillery and all these things.
Some people ask me that you lost your son at the age of 22 and how do you feel? So I always tell them that Vijayant's life was very short life, but it was meaningful and intense.
We named him Vijayant after the main battle tank of the Indian Army. Vijayant means victory till the end.
Before he went for the attack, 3 hours before the attack, he wrote a letter and gave it to his friend, Captain Tomar. And he told him that, well, if I come back, I'll tear it. If I don't come back, then of course, please give this letter to my family. I can tell you that his character is in that letter. He was one person who said, doesn't matter, I am not worried about my present life. Even if I become a human again, I'll fight for my nation. Left for the final assault. He was a non-smoker, but just for fun's sake, he's put 2 cigarettes in his mouth.
You can see the amount of empty shells lying here, and this is where he breathed his last. At Dras, the helipad has been named after him, and that's a great honor actually because the entire heliborne operations were conducted from here. Day 1 he joined the army. From that day onwards, he's been fighting till his end. Some people say he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I say he was born with a steel dagger in his hand, you know.
The bullets in Kargil, it could tear their bodies, but it could not tear their spirit. I'm really proud of my son, I must say.
One of the letters I wrote to him that son, in your 1 month's service, you have learned more about warfare than I have learned in my 37 years. Heroes will never die if they live in your hearts. And as long as they live in the hearts of the people, they are alive.